Native people on every continent are committed to protecting what they consider sacred. One site under threat has been the Petroglyph National Monument in Albuquerque. This sacred site is home to more than 25,000 petroglyphs, rock art images with cultural and religious significance.
According to our creation stories, this place has been with us since we came to this earth. There's a number of them are 2,000 or 3,000 years old.
There are a number of petroglyphs here that are from tribal people that are not here in New Mexico, that can come here and point out directly, these are petroglyph images that are our images.
Then you start to think about the commitment that those people made to make the pilgrimage to come here to search for insight, to record their stories.
The petroglyphs became a focus of controversy when Albuquerque announced plans to build a 4-lane highway through the National Monument.
They're historical places and historical to this country, and they're about to be lost to everyone.
So when the city of Albuquerque tells us, your sacred site's getting in the way of our progress, that doesn't equate.
The fight to protect this area came together from tribal people who use this place. We spent a good deal of time of researching why there was such an aggressive push for this road through the petroglyphs. We found that there was a landowner who owned 6,700 acres of land on the backside of the monument, and he wanted to build a new community back there of 45,000 new people.
The Sacred Alliance for Grassroots Equality, known as SAGE, was founded in 1996. Members of SAGE went to city officials and tried to explain the significance of the petroglyphs.
So we did a meeting with the mayor. We shared with him the example of why this was a sacred place, and we tried to make a comparison of this is a church. For Indian people, this is a church. How would you feel if a road went through your church? And he said, I would absolutely, without a doubt, never allow that over my dead body. And so we thought, well, great, that's what we're talking about here. And he was like, no, it's not. They're just rocks. It's a bunch of graffiti out there. It's just rocks.
We've been working for many years to try to protect a sacred site on the west side of Albuquerque. And through that effort, we actually found ourselves being outvoted time and time again. So what we started to do is to try to create a voting bloc of Indian people.
We realized that we had to be able to play as a community in making sure that people who understood this area and understood why it was sacred were those folks making the decisions.
In 2002, SAGE created the Native American Voters Alliance. NAVA worked to register voters and educate them about the complexity of the upcoming bond issue.
A majority of the city councilors were getting as much as 80% of their contributions from developer interest. So we pushed a very public campaign to bring attention to that.
In 2003, Albuquerque citizens went to the polls.
And Native American voters said, this is the only time that we get to vote for whether or not we want that road through the petroglyphs. And they voted en masse.
They voted overwhelmingly to defeat the road through the petroglyphs.
That was the first time in the history of Albuquerque that a street bond had ever been voted down.
SAGE's work was not yet done. A year after construction was stopped, a second bond measure to build the road was introduced.